Hey, I'm Lady, and today I am here with my January 2018 reading wrap up. I already reached the end of the first year of 2018. My reading year is going well. I have 2 readathons to thank for that. The Battle Books and the 24 and 48 helped me to read way more than I would normally read within a month's time. So this wrap up that I'm about to share with you is totally out of the norm, but I'm excited to say I've read a lot this month. Today is actually the 29th, so we have 2 more days left in the month. I don't plan on starting anything new. Maybe dip into my February TBR, but mostly just finishing manga series that I want to finish before the next month. So the first thing I finished in 2018 is the Death Note series. This is my first manga series, and I must say I enjoyed it. This was very fast paced. I am glad it ended the way it ended. I'm like, if I would have read this whole series and then like the ending, I would have been pissed. But I like the ending. There was no other ending that I could have imagined for it. I like it. So I'm going to be trying out more manga as the year goes on. And this was a great introduction, I feel. If you like something that's fast-paced, a bit of mystery, like the cat and mouse game with the police and FBI and that type of thing, I think this would be a good manga for you. The only down part is this is very sexist. The women in this manga are, how do I say, they're not treated the best. They're not considered the smartest by far. And yeah, they were just pawns, basically. So just be aware of that if you're not into that kind of stuff. But other than that, this was pretty good. The first novel I completed was Mama's Girl by Veronica Chambers. This book was a coming-of-age story. And at first, I was not feeling it. Those first 50 pages, I was thinking about actually putting it down. But I am so glad I did not. It got so much better in the sense that the writing, because at first it was a bit dry, and I would say the writing, there's no fluff or, nothing eloquent about it. It's just her telling her story, and a really, really heartbreaking story, but it also addresses, the mother-daughter relationship, which I just could not imagine having the type of relationship that she had with her mother. I couldn't imagine having that kind of relationship with my own mother. But there were some things resolved, and I really enjoyed that about the book. It just shows resilience. I am a fan of books that shows, survival at the end. There can be light at the end of the tunnel. So I would suggest this book. Then I read volume 4 of Princess Jellyfish. I am currently reading volume 5 and hopefully I'll get through volume 7 by Wednesday, which is the end of the month. As I explore manga, I find it difficult for me to give a wrap up or a review, because manga is like just a continuous story. Like, this is volume 4. If I tell you what happened in here, it may be a spoiler. So, when I guess as I go through and read more manga after I finish a complete series, then I will give my full thoughts on it. Right now, it's hysterical. It makes me laugh, and I'm just really enjoying it. It's really cute, and it has my attention. I have read, or I'm currently reading the 5th volume, so I think that speaks volumes. Yeah. Yeah, I'm reading this. This here is El Defo by C.C. Bell. This graphic novel was recommended to me by my 7-year-old niece, Reagan. She has read this graphic novel 3 different times, and she always says, "TT, I want you to read it." So she gave it to me. I brought it home, and I've read it in one sitting, and this is such a great book. It is about the author, Cece Bell. At the age of 4, I believe it was, she had meningitis, which left her deaf. And El Defo is like the mental character she created for herself, that she called herself during her childhood. And this goes through like her friendships, and as she, deal with just growing pains when it comes to being different and those type things. This was so cute. My niece got good taste already. This is what the art looks like in the inside. And here is the actual author, Cece Bell, when she was younger. Next 2 books I'm not going to talk about at all, and that is Bailey's Cafe and Momaday by Gloria Naylor. I actually have a video already recorded discussing these 2 books. I'll post it later in February for Read So Lit. Just know this: these are amazing. That's all I'll say for now. This book was a reread for me. This is A Long Way From Home by Connie Briscoe. I just finished it during the 24 and 48 readathon. I thought for some reason I had not read this, but as soon as I picked it up and got into it, I remembered, a few of the details, but because I didn't remember the ending, I read on through it, finished it in 2 days, and just absolutely love it. I definitely recommend this one. This one takes place in Virginia at the Madison, former President Madison, I think it is, his plantation in Virginia. Is pre and post and during Civil War times, and it follows this family, and just my kind of book. I really enjoyed it this second time around. And the final things I read this month is The Ancient Megasis of Brides by Kora Yamazaki. This is my first introduction to this manga. This is volume 1 through 3. And I must say, I'm enjoying it so far. I am interested. I don't know when I'll get around to the other volumes. I think it's currently on volume 7. And volume 8 is set to be published this year. But this follows a lot that's going on. A lot of world building at this point. Getting to know the characters. And I just find it quite interesting. So we'll see what happens. So that's my January 2018. As you can see, if you watch my TBR, a lot of these books were not even on my TBR. And that's just how I roll, You just pick stuff up or put stuff down. I did forget to mention that The River Where Blood is Born is the only book that I did not finish that was on my TBR. And actually, I'm going to DNF it. I am just not into it. It's one of those books that had I had such high hopes for one thing. And then I'll say that first 100 pages really had me going. It had the vibes that I was getting from from Homegoing, which was my 2016 favorite book of 2016. And I was into it. But then one thing that gets me, when you switch from different characters, you find yourself not, really caring. But I would suggest the book maybe, I don't know, just for me, it was too much switching around. It became confusing, and I'm just not going to, force myself to finish it. So that is it, y'all. I hope you all enjoyed this video. I hope you had a great start to the year in reading. And I'm Lady. I will see you in my next video. Bye.